welcome back, guys. If you saw the last video, we got the strut tower bar polished up and refurbished and put on. I actually got the stereo installed, all the speakers working in there, so we're good to go on that. And we were waiting on the ignition switch to show up, and that actually showed up this morning, a little bit earlier than I thought. So I'm gonna do what I can today to get this car roadworthy, ready for the first start-up, and to take it on a test drive. So the first thing that I'm going to start by doing is pulling off all the wheels. We've got a couple of them off already. Tires are shot on them, so what I'm going to end up doing is taking them to a buddy of mine, having him pull the tires off of the wheels. So I'm going to get this guy put up on jack stands, and once I get these tires taken off, I'm going to bring them back here and sand these lips down and try to get them polished up. Alright, I got the tires removed. My buddy at his shop was able to take care of that for me today. So I'm going to get started on polishing these lips. Step one is really going to be to remove the oxidation on the lips themselves. So I'm going to try to figure out which grit sandpaper is best to start with. Okay, I'm going to start with 600 grit and see if that will knock down all this oxidation and clear coat that's coming off. I don't want to go too aggressive because that means I just have to go through more steps of sanding. So let's give this a shot. Okay, it looks like the 600 grit is working fairly well. I'm going to wipe this off so you can kind of see what we've done so far. See how the clear coat is starting to come off and the oxidation is being removed. I'm going to keep going. Okay, about an hour later, still sanding with 600 grit. Things are going very slowly as expected, but it is removing the clear coat, but it just takes a while to get through it all. The oxidized part, it removes a lot faster. The part that wasn't coming off, you still have to sand through. That way you can polish the entire lip. So it's just a slow process. You can still see some spots here that have the clear coat that I still have to sand through. We're getting there. done with 600 grit on this wheel. Unfortunately, I have yet to start wheel 2, 3, and 4. This one is maybe halfway done. Let's see if I can get it in focus here. And it looks very smooth. So I'm going to step up to 1,000 grit on this one here and see how shiny I can get it. And then I may jump up to either 1,500 or 2,000, depending on how many scratches I see in it, and see what we can get as far as a polish tonight. Alright, here's a quick preview of 1,000 grit. Looks really similar to the 600. It's just a little smoother. I mean, it's all, you can't really tell on camera most likely, but it's just getting the 600 grit scratches out. So I'm gonna keep going. Alright, here is 1,000 grit complete. It almost looks like just a machined lip. You could almost just get away with leaving it like that if you want. But we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna step up to 2,000 and see what I can come up with after that. Okay, I think I just finished up with 2,000 grit. I'll wipe it down, take a look at it, see if I see anything obvious that I need to go over again. There's a couple spots. There's one little spot right here. It looks like it may have some 1,000 grit scratches in it. So I'm gonna hit it, get those scratches out. Anything that looks just a little more scratched up than the rest of it, I'm gonna kind of touch up. And then we're going to give this thing a polish, see how this turns out. And if I polish it up and I see some scratches in it that I don't like, I can always just get the 1,000 grit or 1,500 grit, or maybe even just a 2,000, hit it again, knock some of those deeper scratches out, and then polish it up again. So it's not a big deal. It's just a little backtracking is all it would be. So I'm going to grab the polish and a new towel, because this one's covered in sanding grit, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, I've got our mother's magnum aluminum polish again. We're going to use this stuff. It works really well. Get a little bit of polish, not a whole lot. We're going to do one little spot at a time. We're not going to try to do the whole rim, just do one little edge of it. That way, if we're not happy with it, we can get the sandpaper out again and not waste our time. Because it does take a lot of work to sand and polish this lip. I'm doing it all by hand. I don't really have a good setup to do it with a machine. And this lip has got these curves in it, so it's kind of difficult to get any kind of sanding tool in there without risking damaging the not going to have time to do the ignition tonight. That'll be a project for tomorrow. So hopefully the next video I'll get around to installing the radiator and the ignition switch, because I did get a new radiator, which here's the old radiator right here. It's an all metal radiator, some aftermarket one, and it's actually got some leaks in it. And so a buddy of mine brought me, it's another aftermarket radiator, but it's a good one. It's fairly new, so I'll probably throw a coat of black paint on it, and we'll do that tomorrow. So I'll catch you next time.